welcome to the Healing Spirit of Music. I'm Masha M. Hey, come on in. As many folks are probably aware, art and music can help us heal, connect, and express ourselves in powerful ways. Today, Masha is going to share a personal story of hers with us and how music changed her life. She's going to guide us through some poems that she wrote and some interacting music and breathing activities. So let's offer a warm welcome for Masha.
Hello, my name is Masha Aleskovski, and first I'll tell you the story of how I became disabled and how I got here. So, when I was 4 years old, my mom's friend from Germany came to visit, and we decided to take her on a trip to M75. When I think it was equality, and when we were driving back before a steep decline, the car slipped on black ice on the road. She got it hailing. Loses control and it speeds down, hitting the railing on the lecture. Then it flies over to the other side of the street, just hit by another car, and then it drives up the steep rock, landing upside down, hitting the edge of the rock. Luckily, a police car was nearby. It so happens to be, and so they were calling for backup right as the accident was happening. So the ambulance came within a couple minutes. Unfortunately, that friend died on impact because she was on the passenger seat. My parents were okay with minor injuries, and I was badly injured and fell into a coma. But my parents knew that I was still alive because I made little purring sounds in the back seat. So they took me to a nearby clinic, and the doctors there referred me to Auckland Children's Hospital, saying that I wouldn't probably survive the trip. So they put a doctor on board the helicopter to make sure I made it okay. At Auckland Children's Hospital, I regained consciousness very slowly. First moving my fingers, then my toes. And from the accident, I sustained a traumatic brain injury which damaged both sides of my brains, but the left side being damaged caused the right side of my body to malfunction. But so in the hospital, I regained consciousness slowly, but the doctors and nurses were afraid that I wouldn't be able to walk again, but I wouldn't lose hope. First, they would get me walking holding on someone's hand, and I could do that, but it wasn't very but I didn't walk by myself until one day a therapy dog came to the therapy room of the hospital, and they were sitting beneath my feet, and I was sitting on the mat. And suddenly I realized that I could actually walk the dog. I stood up and took the dog on a walk. Then I realized that I could walk, so I started running again. But my physical therapist warned my parents not to encourage me to walk too much, because then I would get bad walking habits. And after the accident, I couldn't remember anything which happened in the accident, during the accident, or what happened before, besides a song from Snow White. I'm dreaming for the one I love. La 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 la. Today. That's where my interest in music started all over again, because when I was 2, I used to play the piano. I started playing the piano, and when I was 2 months old, I started being interested in music. So music was always a part of my life, even after the accident. But I also started to be interested in creative writing and other forms of performing arts like dancing and theater. Now to the poem part. I'll share with you 2 poems I wrote. The first one is called Meditation, and I wrote this after I felt after I learned how to meditate, sitting on a roof of one of my Berkeley student co-ops, which I did back then, present. With each breath I take, I feel the pain of sorrow, the pain of stress, the pain of struggle, and dissolve into pain of healing. As I sit on the roof, meditating, I close my eyes and feel how wind blowing against my cheek, my heart beating against my chest. I do not feel my foot. It is asleep. I feel sunlight beaming on my injured, giving energy to my body parts who are disabled. Disability. Power to perform magic and escape death. First poem. The second poem is called Out of the Silence. Out of the long dead silence and million-year darkness, from the sound of a distant wolf howling, a bird starts chirping, an owl hoots, a cat meows, meow, meow, a dog barks, a chicken meows as if she's laying an egg. A rooster screams. A lion roars. The sound of lightning and rain. The sound of frogs. The sound of the wind blowing leaves off the ground. All harmonies, all work together. But then, silence again. A second, a minute, an hour, a day, a week, a month, a year, a decade. Still, no sound or sight. A century. Suddenly, an eye appeared to my heart. A catched eye, but in a bitter eye of my feelings. A purple feather appears in my red. It looks soft. It looks fuzzy. It is large. Green grass appears in my rose. Not solid green, but bumpy green, and different shades of green red. A white snowflake in my hand. Pure white, soft white, and with designs of shapes, lines, and patterns. Now, I have created the whole picture for you. There's something missing. A second of minutes, an hour a day, a week of months, a year, a decade, on the stage. And finally, the music of harmony and time and the image of space are back. That's the end of the second chord. Now I want to ask you a question. What images did these two poems bring up for you? Yes? Yes?
No, he's here.
Yes.
It was, if you meet images as of sounds, I heard a cacophony of different sounds all together.
Any other?
I was imagining the white with all those patterns on it.
Yeah.
Music is make noise like an apple. So like this, like this.
Yeah. Thank you. Now one more question. Which other forms of creative writing are your favorite or interesting to you? That's okay. Now I'll transition to the exercise. So, who's ever able, could you please stand up? No pressure. So there are two ways of breathing. The first way is through the diaphragm. So the way you can test this is to put your hand under your belly and to feel it expand as you begin and contract as you breathe out. Another way to breathe, which is not very you can breathe this way, but it's not very healthy. It's not very healthy. It's through the chest. You feel your chest going up as you breathe in and chest going down as you breathe out.
You rest.
Now, in yoga and in meditation, you breathe in and then through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. And your exhale should be can be longer than your inhale. So let's try it. That inhale for 4 counts, out for 5, out for 8. Sorry. Exhale. Again, inhale. Goodbye. So now we're going to do a little vocal exercise. So you breathe in for 4, and then go like this. And feel your diaphragm bouncing as you. This is called staccato. Inhale.
Okay.
Again. How did that feel for you?
Good, very good.
Very good. Take this one. Now I'm going to call out that you feel your desire. Is to accompany me on the piano as I perform a song I wrote called Spirit of the Wind. Call it. And this song I wrote. It's the. So this song I wrote for one of my stories, which is about 4 friends. 3 of them get turned into flowers by a fiend or a sorcerer. And so the fourth friend has to sacrifice herself to make sure that has to risk everything to bring this down and to bring her three friends that to do is at the school. One more question. What other forms of performing arts are you interested in?
Ballet.
Like,
Nothing like dancing, like performance.
that's creepy. Thank you so much for listening. Now, any questions? Yes?
You know what? The man and woman, the man and a lady like to sing upwards, but such a boo. It's like this, oh, such a boo. That's why they like to sing that song.
You said you have a question for her.
Oh, question. They like to opera every time like this.
Love that. You want to dance? She. What ask her if she sings?
Do you sing opera?
Well, I haven't seen a song in a fully fledged opera, but they sing in an operatic voice. Any other question? Yes.
Are there any singers that you admire?
So, this is not a classically trained singer, but I admire Lady Gaga. And for opera singers, I admire Jessie Norris. Any other? Yeah.
Yeah, where do you get inspiration from, like, in what you shared with you, a lot of nature? So I'm just curious, like, what in the world inspires you to make your music and writing?
To tell you the truth, it's everyday life. Any more questions? Yeah.
You have a beautiful voice, and I'm wondering if you feel like it came from studying, or do you feel like you just always had that kind of voice?
Both. I feel like I was born with the ability to sing. And I should mention that it doesn't matter how well you sing.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a singer, singing is, I think, important for everyone to at least try once in their lifetime, because it's very meditative. It helps you. It helps you feel like one of the people I know. She became a vocal teacher because she had lung issue, and her doctor recommended she start singing, and that's how she found her voice. So singing is for everyone. You don't have to be good at it or be a musician, but singing is good for the heart. Okay, and what? Yeah.
It's not a question, it's more kind of just saying, I was trying to keep myself from crying a little bit. Your voice is just like really beautiful. And I've been having a rough day this morning, but just hearing you sing brought me like, I'm trying to keep it together. But it was really beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm curious, Masha, from your perspective, why do you feel that art and music and dance are so healing emotionally for many of us?
Well, because you see, music and art is not just visual and oral. It's holistic in that we can feel the vibrations of music, even like for death or hard of hearing. they can still have fun in concerts by feeling the vibration in the ground as the music's playing. And yeah,
What's the name of that?
can you, yeah, please?
I have a comment. I have a friend who's a voice teacher, and there's a rapper. I can't remember his name, but he takes singing lessons from her, mostly for his endurance, But I really thought it was funny because, he's a rapper, but he actually looks to music itself.
Last question. Thank you so much for coming, and hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.